Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial. Today we're going to be working with this image and the process is going to be slightly different. We're going to try to get as close as a result as possible to the reference image, and for that we're going to be using some different techniques that will allow us to get the better result. It's going to be the the way that is going to allow us to almost replicate the original image. It's going to be a bit longer, but if done correctly, this method is um, is very good for creating almost an identical copy of the original image. We're gonna follow some really basic and simple steps, and this is going to almost guarantee success. So first step is going to be to create some guides, and for that we're going to press view and we're going to go to new guide layout. This is going to create a grid. We're going to make it a grid of 10 by 10. This is going to be in our workspace, and then we're going to go for the reference image and we're going to be doing the same. So new guide layout 10 by 10, and we're going to create the same. Ideally, take a look at my viewing setup. I am in a feed screen with the original reference, and I am in feed screen with my workspace. This is really important because we're gonna be recreating a very precise drawing, and for that we need to have identical workspace. So this canvas, this white canvas, is the same size as the reference image. How do we do this? It's really simple. What I always do is I open the reference image and then I select it. Once I select it, I press edit, copy, then I put new, and Photoshop automatically selects a canvas of the size of our selection in the reference. So I would be putting create, and then we would be having a perfect canvas for this reference image. Because I already did this, I'm gonna close this one, and we're back to our original setup. So ideally now we have created this grid so that we can trace the image in a more precise way. Let's use a finer brush and I'll show you how it's done. So we can create a new layer for the drawing. This is only going to be for the drawing, and we're going to use color red. We're going to make a smaller brush. Perfect. And then ideally this is like coordinates in a map. So we would be having 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2. We see that in this row, in this column, we have the beginning of the hair, and on a row is on the 4th place. So 1, 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know that in this intersection we need to place that hairline. Ideally we delete the red and we see more or less where is the intersection. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, and then we have this coordinate. Now we know that we need to place this curvy line in this square. This is basically the procedure. It's really simple. It's a bit artificial. I don't usually do it unless I want to be completely precise with my image. I usually like to do things on a like a freehand approach, but This is really useful for getting the basics and starting out. So we're gonna go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Here we are. This is the place. And now we need to pinpoint more or less where the hairline is starting in the squares, more or less there. We could be measuring it for a complete precise procedure, but I don't think this is going to be necessary. So now we see that the hairline goes until there. We have these 2 points. And now we're going to try to replicate this on our white canvas. There we go. So more or less that's the curve. We know that in this square we have that little piece over there. We replicate that. We go to this one and we know that this is cutting almost to the half of this line. So we do like this and we go to the half. Then we go on this square and we do the same. And now we complete the procedure. I'm gonna fast forward this so that we can avoid all the slow process of tracing the whole contour. I'm going for the outer line right now. Later I'm gonna be developing the features and the rest of the face and hair and stuff. But for now we're going for the general outline. Is gonna look something like this. Fast forward. Okay, so we have our contour line already made. Now we can go for finer details of the different areas. Let's start, for example, with the contour of the face. So, same process. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, square number 6, 1, 2, square number 2. I'm gonna do a fast forward of this process so that we can continue with the rest. So now we have the contour of the face. We're gonna continue with the hairline, at least the visible one. So we're gonna place the middle line on the top of the hair. Now we're gonna differentiate from the curls next to the neck. I'm gonna continue with the line of the arm. I'm gonna place the line of the neck. Excellent. So now we have most of the image trace. We're just lacking the face. Facial features are gonna be the place where we need to be most precise, because if we place the eye too low, too high, to the left or to the right, then it's gonna be difficult to recognize the person that we're dealing with. So we're gonna try to be as precise as possible. I'm gonna start with the upper left eyebrow. Notice that I'm trying to work with straight lines as I can. For the facial features, I'm trying to create directions that I might later go over and improve. If it was necessary, we could be doing an even smaller grid on top of the face to get even a more precise measurement. That is, if you encounter any difficulties using this type of grid. Trying to be as precise as possible. I'm correcting a bit of the chin. Okay, so we have our basic drawing traced. This is going to be a reference for our later work on the image. Of course, we are not even started yet with the actual painting. This is the beginning stages so that we can build on this. This is going to give us a good foundation for for the rest of the procedure. And of course, this does not look very much like the original image, but this is because we are only using a small percentage of red line. We're not even going for shading and stuff. We're only using a really simple line drawing, so it's not gonna look very similar to what we're doing. But we need to trust the procedure. If we are being true to the relationships that we see with the squares, we need to have faith and work hard on making this as close as an image as this as possible. So, with that being said, we're going to continue with the blocking stage and the decision when it comes to color making. I'm going to finish the side of the hair that I forgot. There are a couple of curls that should not be forgotten. And the other side of the arm. Perfect. There we go. So now we continue with the blocking process in the next chapter.